Hey, welcome to the studio. We're talking about true crime today, almost everybody's favorite subject. And we would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge the tragedy that happened in Memphis this week. In the last 2 weeks, a young mom was running, just going for a morning exercise. It's something that thousands of us do, tens of thousands do every single day. And jogging on a campus of a university, generally thought to be a pretty safe place. I assume. I'm not from Memphis, but I've been through there many times. And it's a place where people gather early in the morning and exercise. And there's a lot of sidewalks, most universities. There's running trails, a lot of places down in Houston for sure. And sometimes even some facilities will let you run in the stands or on the tracks. And the fact that this young mom of 2 was taken and then found dead later is just absolute tragedy. And it raises the question about, what do we do about our personal safety, as well as what do we do about the propensity of criminals to repeat offenses. This suspect is a 24-year released inmate, right? So arrested and convicted and confined for 24 years for some other crimes, and is out less than 2 years, as I understand the facts, and commits this offense, which is similarly related to his 24-year conviction, as I understand it, another kidnapping, and an aggravated kidnapping at that, which means that there was some aggravating factor, like a weapon was used or something to that effect. And it's just an absolute tragedy, and one that raises the profile of what do we do about not only our own personal safety, but it's going to give rise to what do we do about recidivism, right? It's more conversations about what do we do about recidivism with those who have been convicted of aggravated crimes involving weapons or serious bodily injury, or threats of weapons and serious bodily injury. And these are just big questions that will remain unanswered for a while, and the dialogue will continue. Although I suspect that when these legislatures meet, certainly in the state of Tennessee, and maybe even the administrative governmental bodies of the city of Memphis, are they going to pass tougher laws, things of that nature, and almost like a registration system for violent offenders when they're released, like we do other offenders, for example, sex offenders, right? So that they've got a register, check-in, what have you, and that way that they are, their whereabouts are known, and they are checking in with parole officers regularly. I would not suspect, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some push to do that. And, something to guarantee public safety, because, for how many of us go for a run 5-6 days a week at 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning when there's little traffic, so you don't have to worry about getting run over by careless drivers or inattentive or in a hurry drivers, right? You're putting yourself out of one danger and unknowingly putting yourself in another, and I'm sure that's troubling to many athletes, especially young women who are simply getting up early in the morning so they can beat the traffic, get back in time to take their kids to school. Our thoughts and prayers obviously go with the family, and we just really have nothing but heartfelt sympathy for the Fletchers. And whatever the answer is, there's going to be a reckoning. All right, more to come on True Crime in the Studio next. Thank you so much for joining.